Well, glory be and mercy me, we've done it yet again. Here we are on our normal walk around the graveyard. Today we are talking about the recent letter that the nurses of Ontario sent, an open letter, sent to Premier Doug Ford. The gist of the letter goes like this. Hey Doug Ford, you're abandoning the nurses here in the province of Ontario, which we've known for a long time. You're reducing the amount of pay they get, you're reducing the amount of support that they get, you're reducing everything about their lived experience in the middle of a pandemic, no less. They are literally begging Doug Ford for assistance. They're begging Doug Ford for help because what is happening to the nurses in this province is that they are fleeing from this profession as they are actively abandoned by a political class that has made very clear that they do not give a shit about nurses in Ontario. I am making this video directly to these nurses in the hopes that some of them actually manage to see this. When you are talking about this, I fear that you are mistaken on one position, right? You still think that you can negotiate with these guys. You still think that these people are capable of compassion, empathy, reason, any of these sorts of things. That they're suddenly going to wake up and go, oh, you know, that's right. They're going to have a come to Jesus moment, and they're going to go, oh goodness, this is all of the things that we think about how the world works are wrong, and we've got to start actually helping the nurses, and all of that is trash. All of that is garbage. The abandonment that you are experiencing is on purpose. It is being done explicitly with a singular objective in mind, and that objective is clearly to privatize the healthcare systems in Ontario. It is obviously the case. The strategy, and this is between both the Conservatives and the Liberals, they both do this. The strategy has always been decimate the public services, defund them, make professionals flee from the system so that the system stops working, so that the system isn't operating properly, and then claim it is because public sector services are less efficient than private models, and then move to privatization. That is obviously and overtly the goal. At this stage in the game, we don't need to pretend like it's not happening. Doug Ford and his Conservatives are so stupid and clumsy that they can't even pretend like any other thing is going on. It is obviously the case. And we should not talk about it any other way. I read your letter on my channel yesterday, and the entire time I was thinking to myself, this is a sternly worded letter that would be impactful to a person who actually had a moral conscience or the ability to feel compassion or empathy for others. But it's not going to work. It's not going to work. They are going to continue the project of abandonment. They're going to continue abandoning nurses, and they're going to do it because they want to privatize the system. That's what they want to do. You are not dealing with people who are capable of empathy or compassion or reason or logic. You're dealing with psychopaths who want money for themselves. That is what you are dealing with. And the only thing that they are going to respond to is a strike. It is literally the only thing that they will respond to is a mass strike that shuts this down. If you follow this channel for any length of time, you find that I am a person who says we need to be surrounding the halls of power. We need to be taking control of these systems and forcing these overt, obvious psychopaths and the crazed maniacs who vote for them to reckon with reality and reckon with the fact that their destructive behavior kills people. They don't care otherwise. You can write all the stern letters you like. You can write all the the forceful words you like. You can even go ahead and support whatever politician you like, because the liberals and the conservatives work together, right? The game is very simple. The liberals come in and maintain whatever status quo has been created, right? Maybe they'll give you a 1% bump or something like this. Anything they can do to pat you on the head and get you to keep going back to work, right? And when the conservatives come in, they cut and decimate and decimate. And then the liberals come in and maintain that position. That's the game. You understand? And so they're not going to respond electorally. They're not going to listen to your pleas. They're not going to listen to letters. They're not going to listen to anything. The only thing they will respond to is a strike. And at this stage in the game, I think the only reason the nurses and the doctors are not striking is because of the moral position they find themselves in. If they were to go on strike amidst a pandemic, people would suffer for it. The political class could say to them, oh, they're being selfish, risking people's lives amidst this pandemic. But the reality is those are just words that are coming out of the mouths of psychopaths to try to convince you not to strike at exactly the moment you should be, which is exactly when they need you, right? Exactly when they need you is exactly when you could strike. Take a look at what's going on with the quote-unquote essential workers in the society. Look how quickly the narrative changed from essential workers to unskilled workers. Look how quickly they said to us, oh, if you don't go to work, then the entire economy grinds to a halt. And now we're replaceable losers again. And the exact same thing is happening to you. You're not special and you're not different in this regard. Go on strike. It's the only thing you have left. These politicians, and I include the Liberals and I include the NDP in this, do not give a fuck about you. They care about money for themselves and money for their owners. That's what they care about. Stop bullshitting yourself. Join the revolution. Rebel. Revolt. Repent. Alright, this is the end of this video, guys. If you've made it here, like, share, subscribe. If you don't share it, it doesn't get seen. YouTube is actively suppressing leftist voices. This rising well of fascism that we're fighting against will not be televised. So if you don't share it, they don't see it. I've got a Patreon down below. Think about donating $1. Again, we need to support leftist voices as this system of abandonment takes over. Always remember, guys, you are a quantum being living in quantum energy. These billionaires are spending hundreds of billions of dollars in the hope that you don't realize it, because if you do, you might put together that you are just as important and valid as they are, and they can't enslave you if you think that way. Good luck. We're gonna need it.